here is the Tactix 8 from Garmin. All right, we're gonna be diving into this watch after a 3-month abusive session, I guess you could say, of me using this watch. Now, myself, I've used a lot of watches in the past, and we are gonna be comparing this to the Tactix 7, along with myself being a user of the Delta, the Charlie, and the Bravo, consistently all in my military career. I'm kind of hard on things. So this is more of a real world, me explaining my use with it. If you want technical data and all the little bits, I would recommend a different video. This is just hard use, what I have noticed, what's an upgrade on it. All right, so what is the Tactix series in general? If you're not familiar, the Tactix series is a Garmin watch pretty much dedicated to that outdoorsman, military, law enforcement, and EMS environment. They put a lot of features into this to assist you in that regard, especially the military, right? You have jump master, you have night vision mode, you have stealth mode, you have kill switch, right? All these things that you can hold down. Hey, oh, we took a screenshot. I remember actually I changed that out. Typically that's kill switch. I don't really use kill switch too much. It's a nice feature to have though, but there you go. You can take screenshots on this, which is interesting, but in my opinion, not necessary. Side tangent. Let's dive into the pros, okay? So, well, again, we're going to be comparing, but what are the pros of this watch over the Tactix 7? All right, so in my opinion, straight out, this is a faster watch, as in it is more responsive, especially when I'm using, touch screen, or I'm just navigating through whatever it is, right? I'm just trying to see, hey, 7-day heart rate, where was I at? Was I working out? Sleep score? Like, as you're going through, it's more elegant and precise and nice to use. Now, I'm not saying the 7 was bad. It's just I can tell a notable upgrade in the user interface realm. Now, that could be because of RAM and other stuff like that, just improvements being made, but I've noticed it. Second, it is more accurate, 100%. I have noticed a difference between the two, as in the heart rate monitor updates quicker, it's snappier. The sleep mode, it actually tracks certain levels of your sleep more than the 7 did, along with steps and other stuff. Now, probably why they did that is because they upgrade to the 5th gen sensor system. At least the heart rate monitor and everything, you can clearly see we went from a 4th gen to the 5th gen. Obviously, improvements are made, but nice to say, I can actually tell the difference slightly. So you're not just getting something that says it is on paper, but you're not experiencing the proper benefits of it. In my opinion, there is a benefit. Now, of course, one of the cooler features for some is that this has the phone call feature, as in you can talk through it. If you look right here, there is a speaker and a microphone in the bottom. Of course, the 7 didn't have that. So yes, we are starting to get closer to the Apple Watch in some regard, right? Now, this has never gone after, in my opinion, the Apple market, because Apple watches are more like lifestyle watches that try to be a fitness tracker, and Garmin's have always prided themselves on being, we are a fitness watch, a tactile watch, and then we want to do some lifestyle things for you. So if you're a hardcore durable user, the Garmin, in my opinion, just completely destroys Apple in durability, battery life, and accuracy. That's just me. Now, Apple Watches have other benefits too, but we're not going to dive into that. Next, upgrades on this. This is a more durable watch. Now, case-wise and everything, it's about the same, but what they did is in the dive rating of it. This is now diveable to 10 ATM or 100 meters. Now, most recreational divers are probably not even pushing past 40 meters in depth, but hey, if you go anywhere around that realm, you're going to be good. As long as you don't go below 100 meters, which you're getting into more technical diving and then experiencing, different things that you need, like air supplies and stuff like that. Not diving into it. I'm not a professional at the diving aspect, but it is nice to know that it's rating. So with that, it comes with different buttons as well, which we will get into, which is slightly a con, but we're going to dive into that here real quick. Of course, I just want to say up front too, in a way, or I guess midline, is I purchased all of these watches with my own money, meaning Garmin has no idea I'm doing this review. and I get to say literally whatever I want about them because I am the purchaser. I do not have any, requirement to say anything about them. I can say whatever I want. I am agenda free, just an open YouTuber, along with a lot of other watches and stuff like that that I have purchased. With that, if you're interested in purchasing these, it really helps out if you use my links because I'm an Amazon affiliate, so I get some percentage off of the Amazon affiliate. Granted, that's just an affiliate thing. I don't have to say literally anything in regards to them about how well or how bad. It's just, it helps out the channel. So, got that out of the way. Next one, or one more thing that is very an improvement, I guess you could say, is this has an ambient light sensor. And for the most part, you would say, okay, what's that? Well, it's very cool because this can sense the ambient light, of course, around in the room or outside. So if you go to use this watch and it's dark out, on the old model, right, it would light up and it would be so annoying. But as you use these and you press down and go into it, it will keep the screen blacked out or just dark unless you want it, and then you have to go up to the top and actually hit that button, which is very cool in my opinion, especially being in the military. I don't want to give my position away with light. I know that I can just come up, reference my watch, and actually use the features of it without having the watch face light turn on. Now, of course, I could put it in the night vision mode and all that kind of stuff, which there's other circumventing ways you can do that, which is super cool. But we're not going to dive into that too much. Now, let's dive into some of the cons or the issues. Like I spoke about, the buttons. The buttons on this did get an upgrade because they are dive rated. It is going away from the tactile button, the real buttons on the 7 that you could actually click and it was like a clicky pen. You could actually kind of feel it, which is nice and tactile. These are electronic for my understanding. So in the beginning, I had a lot of issues with this watch, as in trying to click it and it just wasn't really sensing, right? Now, luckily, it does sense, and I think they did an upgrade or a software update. I haven't had any issues with it since then. So there is a benefit to that. Now, I had some issues with it in the past. They fixed it, and now it's all better, but I did want to note that was an occurrence, right? Now, wear and tear. I don't know if this was just me being abusive, but you can see pretty well here. I'm going to give it a try to get it up close for y'all. You can see this is the 7 and it has a lot of wear. This is after 2 years worth of use. Now, this isn't bad or anything. It just has some wear. You can see the silver in there all over the edges and stuff like that. That's normal wear and tear on a watch that I'm heavily using. It's not affecting the watch by any means. Still really great. But literally in the last, probably the first 20 days, I got all of those scratches, and it's starting to wear. And I was like, really? Like this fast? Granted, it could have been more abusive, or I could have been a little more abusive to it in a certain circumstance, but I'm surprised at the wear just on the bezel, right? Now, it could be the coating, it could not be. I know the durability is going to be same, if not better, because of the dive rating and stuff like that, but that coating is just, in my opinion up front, maybe a little bit different. It could be the colors, could be just what I did with it, but that is what I'm noticing as a real world aspect. Now, honestly, I don't have a lot of cons with this. I haven't found too many issues. Now, there were some software glitches and stuff. I never experienced them. I heard about them, but I never experienced them, so I can't speculate, or I guess I can speculate, but I can't really tell you I had issues with it because I didn't. So in that regard, the software in it is so far performing very well. Now, again, this is just a real world. This is my use. If you want technical data, you can go to another location. This is just real world hands-on. So if you guys like this kind of stuff, I would say overall opinion, let's go back to that. If you already own the 7 and you're going to an 8, I don't know if I would do it because the 7 is such an outstanding watch. The 8 is an amazing watch. But if you are a Delta, Charlie, or Bravo user, I would say the 8 is a solid upgrade, and I would definitely recommend it in that regard. These watches are very close together, And I would say they just took the 7, the concept of the 7, which was amazing. The delta to the 7 was a huge gap, or a huge jump forward. And I think they just refined this and made it more pleasant and enjoyable and quicker. If you're after that, definitely go with the 7. Now, of course, we're going to be talking about the Tactix Instinct 3, or the Instinct 3 Tactix Tactical, coming up as well. I'm going to have a full dedicated review on this, along with the predecessor of that, which I own. So stay tuned for that. If you guys like this kind of stuff, definitely like, subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Probably going to do more updates on this watch, of course, in the future, right? The 6-month mark, 9 months, maybe a year, and just see how has it been performing. So again, like, subscribe. We have PayPal, we have Patreon if you want to dive into behind the scenes stuff. Patreon, you see all the behind the scenes stuff, deals on things, all that kind of stuff. So other than that, hope y'all have a great day.